Adam Taxon, main administrator for the Daily Beck here. The comments by Eva Longoria, probably not that important, but they have led to several interesting discussions. They led to several interesting discussions on the Monday, May 14th, 2012 Glenn Beck program. There are some interesting facts over the next 3-4 minutes about the history of Mexico that were news to me as well. For full discussions and the full program, as opposed to me leaving you hanging with little snippets, go to gbtv.com or glennbeck.com.
To vote for him, and if you don't vote for him, you're against
on
history.
The wrong
you're
side
on the
of
wrong
history,
side of history. You're it's incredible.
Yeah,
and I'm so sick of the mindset that the U.S. occupied that territory when Mexico had it for literally 15 years before Texas gained independence. 15 years.
Why don't you just concentrate?
Spaniards had it for 300.
Yeah.
Who were the occupiers here? We really liberated Texas and California and Arizona for the people who lived there because they didn't want to be with Mexico.
Do you have any kind of historic record at all that shows Spain and
I do.
Really, that it was
Day
bad?
Of Mexico is like,
but it wasn't bad. Spain, who hates Spain? So they had bullfighting.
Right.
Okay, so we don't like
true.
that. But everything else in Spain is great. Everything else in Mexico that they brought over, I mean, okay, Cortez, okay, that was
Cortez and the death of the indigenous peoples.
Okay, but
okay,
all right.
The smallpox and the
Okay, yeah, but like you didn't give a
some of those
smallpox
things
blanket
were
to somebody when you were a kid.
accidental, of course.
Yeah.
But they on purpose killed thousands as well. But that's probably the only evidence I had was that they massacred many thousands of people.
The Alamo was, the Alamo, they were fighting for their right to be Mexican. That's what was happening. Oh, the Mexicans were like, hey, you white people, get out of the Alamo. That's going to be our symbol of Taco Bell some point.
That's what you would think to listen to this stupid Eva Longorias of the world.
Yeah. They weren't even fighting for America.
Mindless
They weren't
idiots.
fighting for American rights. They were fighting for American... It's almost like Cubans. Fighting for American principles to be applied to Mexicans. It's incredible.
It really is.
But
and if you want to overturn the Treaty of Guadalupe from the Mexican-American War, Mexico doesn't get back the southwestern United States. The United States gets back all of the territory from the border of Mexico to Mexico City. Now, if you want to go that way, I guess we could, and maybe we could fix that stinking rat hole country. I don't know. Let's give it a shot.
Why do you have to call it a rat hole?
Only because it is. And, the 49 headless bodies over the weekend.
You know what that is?
Dumped on a highway.
You know what that
kind of
is?
Remind me of...
You know what that is?
What is that?
GOP.
Is that what that is?
There were like 9 women that had their heads...
There were 6 women.
6 women that had their heads chopped off.
It was the GOP
war on women.
How'd the 43 men get caught up in
Hispanics? They were Hispanics.
Oh, okay. That makes perfect sense.
Is it true that the women died of lack of contraception? Is that how that happened? How they lost their heads?
Wow.
Because
they
of
lost their head.
Lack of contraception.
Yeah.
That's what
their
that
heads,
does.
their hands, their feet
That's
just blew off their bodies. That's what happened. You laugh. It was sad. It was tragic. If you just would give them birth control, it wouldn't happen. Let's talk about the real war on women. No birth control. Let's not talk about the massacres that are happening on our own border. Of course, we don't have to because we don't see it anymore because of that fence, which of course is almost finished, almost entirely complete. Now that it's.
I would call it. I think my word would be basically.
Then they wanted a fence.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the fence is.
Oh, boo. Fences.
No fences.
No fences.
The fence is now basically complete.
It is 5%
Basically.
complete. And remember, this land is your land. This land is my land. This land was made for you and me. Oh, wait, that was written by a communist.